Hey there guys, how's it going, and welcome to another gold gun video here on my channel. Today we're going to be looking at the golden G36C. Now these videos are actually just as much about me using the gun for, well, it takes about 800 to 1000 kills to get gold camo, and having used it, telling you what I think are the best perks, the best attachments and the best playstyle to use it. So as much as a tips video as much as it is just showing you the gun gold, all of the clips I've got in here are actually all gold gun clips, because I thought some of the previous videos I've done, I've only showed a couple of clips where the gun's actually gold. And since it's called a gold gun series, I thought it was only fair that I actually got all the clips with the gold camo. So today the G36C, an automatic assault rifle, and like I've said in my previous gold gun videos, I kind of think I deserve a chance to use some of the what I'd call better guns in the game. We've gone through most of the shotguns and the bad sniper rifles like the Dragunov. I might go back to a couple of the guns that I've kind of missed, maybe the KSG, but anyway, I wanted to try out this assault rifle because I've never really played, well, given it that much game time, Modern Warfare 3, used it a lot in Call of Duty 4, absolutely loved it, so I was looking forward to using it. But strangely enough, when I started using it, I tended to find the best way to be most effective with it is to use it slightly differently to how I was expecting, and I'll go through that actually when I talk about all the pluses and negatives of the game, of the gun even. Now first of all, let's talk about the gun stats. Basically this is a 3-hit kill weapon from close range and a 4-hit kill weapon from long range. Now putting a silencer on, which is what I recommend actually, I'll talk about that later in the video, does affect the range. It doesn't affect how many shots, it will still be free shot kill from close range, however the range that it becomes a 4-shot kill is a lot shorter. Not a lot shorter, but it is shorter. So when you put a silencer on it, just think of it as if it's going to be 4-shot kills. You're not always going to get that 3-shot kill. Also when using this gun, I actually found it was quite important to burst it unless you're using kick. If you're using kick, you can go full auto if you're reasonably close and aimed at the body. However, from long range, especially without especially without kick, I would definitely recommend bursting 3 bullets, letting the gun drop back down to its center point, and then bursting another 3. You'll still get the kill as long as they're not looking straight at you, but it's something to note because there's a few times where I was just holding it fully auto, because when you first approach this weapon, it looks like it doesn't really have any recoil, but it definitely has a lot more than the G36. It has a lot more than ACR if you're used to using that and you try and use this. You can see on the page here, well, not the page, the video I've actually written, it's got moderate to high recoil, because the recoil stats actually say it does have a fair amount of recoil compared to the other guns in this class, especially like I say, the ACR or maybe a Type 95, obviously something that doesn't recoil hardly at all. The only gun that actually recoils more than this in this class is the CM901, and I might actually do a video on that one next. It's an interesting weapon with some interesting stats. It's got a moderate reload speed, of course, for its class. Obviously it's got a quick reload speed compared to an LMG, but we're talking about in terms of compared to other weapons in the class. So moderate reload, it's kind of a moderate all-round gun, to be honest with you. It does the job like most assault rifles. It can handle pretty much any job, but there's a way that I found it most effective, and I'll go into that just as I talk about the perks that I like to use. In terms of attachment, you'll see me using the silencer a lot in these gameplay clips, and why this gameplay clip here on Seatown is actually when I found out the most effective way to actually use it. So I'll go into that when I talk about the perks. Let's just jump into the perks right now, why not? Now, I actually think the best way to approach this gun is to use it with a stealth class, a quite aggressive stealth tactic. So you want to be keeping away from your team. Like you can see here on my radar, all of my team are over the other side of the map, and that's the only way to be. If you're going to be running assassin like I am and a silencer, there's no point in being near your team. That's completely against what you're trying to do here, because they're just going to know where you are, because they're going to see them and they're going to know that there's lots of people around there, and that's much more effective if you're away from your team like this, which isn't always easy to do. But this is why I've got extreme conditioning, because extreme conditioning allows you to obviously run for longer, which is going to give you that chance to run away from your team, and it's going to be difficult to do if none of your team are running a support. You've got no UAVs, no advanced UAVs, so you're going to have to rely on your team either playing with friends and knowing that they're running the support packages, or just, you know, getting lucky. Here you see me actually using quite a different tactic. This is free-for-all, and I found you've got to be so defensive in free-for-all now. I used to love being aggressive in free-for-all, but you'll go get yourself killed. I'm using the thermal sight and silencer, which is an interesting combination. I think the thermal sight is very much underused. Any of you guys, especially the ones who use assault and LMG, I would highly recommend trying out thermal sight for a while. There's such little recoil when you shoot with a thermal sight, and you know it's actually quite good, especially if you put quick draw on it. So anyhow, onto the final perk out of the 3 perks that I chose. I was actually going to say steady aim is the perk to use for this gun because I was using it quite aggressively. However, after extensive playtime with marksman as well as steady aim, I just think marksman's king, to be honest with you, especially with an assault rifle where you are going to be looking down the sights a lot of the time. So I'd say marksman on anything, apart from maybe sniper rifle, unless it's a submachine gun. So assault rifle, LMG, marksman. I mean, you can go for the others to change it up, and they do have their advantages. And I use specialist anyway, to be honest, when I'm getting these gameplay clips. And I kind of do that because it lets me know when I've got about 7 kills. And I like to know, I like to think that 7 kills is kind of a nice amount of kills to get for a little bit of a clip. So I hope you found this really useful. Here you can see I'm actually using the red dot sight, and this is just nothing to do with the G36C, but I find the red dot sight with the standard dot to be the most useful. I find the bigger dot sights, they get in the way a little bit. I don't know if you guys think that. The only other one I kind of like is the old school ACOG triangle one that they used to have in COD 4 as well on the ACOG sights. Anyway, this comes to the end of the video. I hope you found these tips useful. I definitely recommend trying out the G36C. It's a very good gun. If you'd like to try out, if you'd like to watch any of my other gold gun videos, they're coming up now on screen, as well as some other stuff well worth checking out. And subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. It's free and there's lots more content coming. So yeah, see you guys soon.